Hello and welcome. Why did that? Okay, there we go. That button worked this time around. And welcome to my stream today, where I shall continue with the Frontline story, where we left off yesterday, in fact. Which is right in the middle of us assaulting a massive fuck of power in the middle of Western Europe. That is in a black zone that has been infected by massive green infectious crystals. Yeah, I'm still saying that can't be a coincidence. It has to be a reference. Also, it turns out that yesterday after stream, I made a slight oopsie. Nothing significant. Nothing that's going to keep me from progressing the events or anything, but I may or may not have spent a lot of resources. That does mean, however, that one of our squads is now significantly increased in effectiveness, because I have upgraded the equipment significantly. So that should be pretty good. However, again, it was very expensive in terms of resources. Tight middle space. Traitor. Which will be the first mission reward doll that we get. Also, another thing, I opened the boxes yesterday off stream, and I got the first Rhino. And I know for a fact that I'll get a second one, because one is guaranteed. So, where do we have you? That's not the one that I'm looking for. Is it even on the map? She isn't even on the map. Okay, what's up? Investigate 3 control terminals, I see. Okay. Alright. We don't get to spawn anything. Grants 3 points of mobility to echelons within a range of 5 for the current round. Switch with that one. I want that extra points of movement that I get from capturing that point. Okay. Well, it's very good that M16 is still entirely overpowered. So that's very nice. So I definitely want to capture that one, so I'm not going to move that one away from there. Check this tower. While M16 is in the process of extracting information, the combat capability will be significantly reduced. Shield require protection during this time. Battlefield effect, false shield lost. You say we're different, you and I. But aren't you also like a maggot riding in the, at the bottom of a muddy puddle, crawling desperately towards the elusive moonlight? What? Can you stop talking in riddles? We are the same. I'd even go so far as to say we may be much closer than you think. What exactly are you getting at? Come closer, M16. When we grow intimate enough, you'll have your answer. M16 frowns as she inserts a fully loaded magazine into her gun. Then you better hold your breath. Okay, Niters are spawning. A lot of them are spawning. So, unfortunately, I don't have enough moves to actually protect her here. You can't move either. Is there direct connection? No, there is not. So they'll have to shuffle. And I think, I hope, that there's still going to be a lot of firepower left over to deal with that mech over there. Or maybe that mech will even run to the Hydra. That would be very nice. Thank you very much. Very much appreciated. Okay. Some of those names were not translated properly, so... Sure, let's just move on. Never mind that, I guess. There we go. We've got some extra moves, because we've captured some helipods. Can I spawn anything? No, I cannot. Not allowed. Bakasura, you're actively looking at still missed the start. You didn't miss much, so no worries. The first mission that we have to play is just this combat mission anyway. So, that's a high strength unit right there. That is nasty. $750. What am I gonna do with you? What the hell? I guess I can use Beaker to get rid of that, but first of all I need to protect M16. Hang on, how much far? Okay, that's just 20k. Alright. There's definitely that one unit on the map that we have to avoid. Great. The Sniper Knightos. Annoying as always. How are you doing today, Bakasura? Then over to the left. Doop doop. Doop doop. Doop doop. Blah 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 blah. Same old, same old. I see. Still don't know what I'm supposed to do with you. I guess I can use you to capture places. Now that's not a bad idea at all. I have to be very careful about this one. This one's gonna be annoying. Okay. I'm gonna move you over here for now. So that means I'm out of moves, which is fine. These guys should be fine. It's still very funny that they didn't translate the names properly. Also, it's funny that they don't really deal much damage, considering that they're the backline and supposedly, well, the damage dealers. Beak absolutely obliterating them is what I would say, if not for the fact that the Hydras were stronger. Doop doop. Doop doop. Okay. You can accelerate yourself. Use those 3 moves to get over there. To be fair, there were a lot more of the Hydras. Technically, it was 2 more. I know it looks like a lot more, but it was technically just 2. Now, the question is, can M16 take this squad on in a head-on fight? Because I don't know. Is this an absolute avoid, or is this a defeat early kind of scenario? Shoot with the highest unit HP, gains a shield that will deflect 9. Okay. I'll risk it. By the way, if M16 dies, we're gonna instantly lose. So that's still twice as many as the beaks. Yes. Okay, this was a mistake, I'm pretty sure. Enemy frontline has been broken. It's fine, it's fine. Should just kill them all now. There we go. Not exactly an S rank, but hey, that means that the big guy is gone. And M16 on their own is still massively strong. Hilariously so, in fact. You are patrolling. Let me just lure you into my face. And then my turn right here. Also, have I mentioned that M16 is utterly overpowered? Because M16 is utterly overpowered. So those grenades did deal a lot of damage. Yeah, I think this is a loss. Okay, the 78k is an avoid. Absolute avoid. I cannot afford to use that much firepower on that unit. Yes, failure. I know. Whatever, it's fine. Okay, start. Yes. Now, I think I'm gonna go slightly different. As I'm going to take M16 and just go this way this time around. Very good. Also, they deal a considerable amount of damage if you consider the fact that the shield is 999 or 99 no 9,999 damage. So yeah. Check. Yes, I already know that. I've read this last time already. Skip. Doop doo 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 doop 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 doop. This is still fine. I can use this move to get closer to where I need to protect M16. The 78k there is still really annoying, because that's going to be a target that I'm just going to have to... annoying. I made a mistake. A slight one, but a mistake nonetheless. Now that I'm going to have to use Beak in order to recapture a spot here. Blip, blip. Apparently, also, Beak is the highest health in this squad. I shouldn't have done that. Because the shield goes onto the unit that has the highest HP. Okay. Accelerate the Hydra squad. Which will then proceed to face first. No, you can't go through that. That will not work. Face first into that unit. Which should be fine. It's just more Nitos. I kind of feel like I should restart already, to be honest. This has been a little bit of a whoopsie. I think I'm going to go for the top left first. Use the small squadron to capture stuff, as I had intended in the last one, before I ran M16 into the 78k unit and made a mistake. Yeah, you know what? Let's just restart. It's gonna be fine. It shall be okay. Yes, start. Yep. Accelerate yourself. Swap. Actually going to do one thing slightly differently. I'm not even going to take the risk from you. I'm going to just take you up beforehand. There we go. Alright. You go over here. Check the terminal. Skip this dialogue again because, again, we've seen it. Also, I don't know why it sometimes just auto-zooms all the way in after I go into combat. It's just that tiny bit annoying. Just gonna take that Hydra and run that one over. As it is, very much okay. I should actually eventually try to make a proper SF squad. Though I don't actually have, like, proper Hydras and stuff. Because they're not really SF. Swap these two. And I'm gonna have to end the turn. Because it zooms in at the start of combat and sometimes just skips the code to zoom back out. Possible, possible. Okay, that still works. Just go about it the same way as I did the last time. I'm actually gonna have to do that because accelerate the Hydra. So that it can interject between these enemies. I'm really not a fan of that 78k strength unit, though. It's very annoying where it is, and the fact that it's even there. Not happy about it. Which is the exact reason why I tried to take it out. But it turns out after you take that out, M16 doesn't exactly have the strength anymore. Or not the strength, but the health anymore to really take on some of the other enemies. Okay. I can't move Beak forward, so this is going to absolutely obliterate her. M16 can't move anyway. So you're going to go over there. And I guess Beak is going to go to the outside. Lure the robot with her. Maybe, and get the 78k away from where it's not supposed to be. Dang it. Leave me my command, HQ. I need that. Or rather, the heliports. So that's 3 moves over there. Beak, capture the heliport. I'm really gonna have to lure that stupid fucking thing. I already don't like that 78,000 power thing just floating around my command area. Oh, there's no direct connection there. Well, I can at least switch these. Unfortunately, I can't really make use of this thing right now, because otherwise I'm just gonna kill someone. Actually, I could have. I could have moved Beak over here, used the thing on her, move Beak back over to the heliport. But I did not. Have you considered recreational thermonuclear weapons? I'm not Angie. Angie is the one that we're trying to free over here. So where is the big one trying to go now? That's bad. I had a feeling, but that's still bad. Okay. It's time to move you over here and check this terminal. Are you loyal to M4 because of the command that Ms. Persica has written into your base layer? You know how this monkey sees, monkey do? After being infected with the parapluie virus, you gave up the opportunity to override the commands. Who would have thought? This M16 is actually the type that would willingly give up freedom in exchange for bondage. That depends on how you define freedom. Freedom is the right to defiance. Wrong. Freedom is choosing to be loyal despite the right to defiance. Well, it's great that you're spawning in more units, but one of them is gonna absolutely fucking die. Yeah, the 750 is gonna be super dead. Let's just move that away from there. Okay. How am I going to move this Hydra all the way over there before M16 gets attacked by that Naito? Because I don't know how big that debuff is. But they have stated it was a significant one. Hang on a minute. What just happened to that 78,000 strength squad? I know that it just overrun my 750. Well, yeah, that's exactly what M16 just said, basically. Choosing loyalty despite the right to defiance. She could have defied, but she chose not to. Because if I see that correctly... Yeah, that has lost so much of its... Oh my god, that's a problem. I don't know how to deal with this. This is a genuine significant problem. I'm gonna have to restart again. Because this is gonna take M16 apart while she's debuffed. I'm gonna go for it anyway, because maybe we have a chance. Maybe. I mean, first of all, I'm gonna use Beak to destroy this one, because, well, now it's at 4,000 strength. It seems like we can use the tiny ones as sacrificial lambs in order to, absolutely defy the big ones. Move Beak over here. Accelerate this guy. I seem to have misinterpreted how you're supposed to use these guys. These aren't there for extra moves or the likes, though they do that as well. Yeah, I thought so. That's a problem. We're about to lose M16, which means death. How do I know that we're definitely going to lose M16? Because the entire squad is still debuffed. Deals basically no damage. While the enemy is, yeah, the enemy's absolutely screwing us. But it's really good to know that I can just move the 750 guys into the big enemy without having to try to avoid it the entire time. Yes, I know, mission failed, whatever. This is fine. We'll get there eventually. Use acceleration on yourself again. Cancel. Check the terminal, skip the cutscene. Bum 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 ba da da dum. There's no reason to move any of these guys at the moment. Well, I'm just gonna end the turn. All right. Switch out these two. Well, the first thing that we do have to do is defeat this Nitro up here. That's a no-brainer. Because that one was directly threatening M16. Second of all, there's no direct connection, that's okay. Just gonna accelerate the Hydra. I'm gonna move this guy into this, get him killed, and reduce the enemy to 4,000 strength, which is absolutely trivial. I want that helipod on there, by the way. That's the reason why I'm doing that. At least for the next turn, M16 can handle herself. And we don't really have any enemies that we have to look out for. So, firstly, I'm gonna move you down here. Secondly, Pika's gonna go here, activate the acceleration on M16, and she herself is gonna move down here, capture the helipod for an extra move. M16 is just gonna quickly swoop the area. And defeat all the enemies around. Doop doop. Doop doo 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 doo. Okay. Does the Mr. 2887 happen to have carrying a suspicious sphere propped open with a screwdriver? No, they do not carry the Demon Core. I think. I have no idea. I don't know why the enemy loses that much power by just running into that. Normally they shouldn't. But hey, I'm not gonna say no to that. Because, it is quite the good way of getting rid of the big ones. I want to try getting rid of the 40,000 enemy. And M16 has the perfect amount of firepower left for that. Which is, one bit of ammunition. If it goes wrong again, then we know that we also have to absolutely avoid this one. However, it seems to be going quite well. Yeah, these guys are getting murdered. Absolutely obliterated. Okay. 40k is also good, removed. Suspicious sphere, man. Yeah. I know, right? We just move you over here. To resupply. Beak moves back onto this heliport to continuously use the acceleration. Zoom out a little bit. Go over here. Now, slowly but surely we're losing the one at the bottom, but it's gonna be fine for a while. Because M16 is not necessarily meant to be the main fighting force here. I'm pretty sure we should be alright. Accelerate yourself. I think we should be able to do that. Hang on. Halt the current plan. Yes. I wish to move this squad onto that thing. Specifically so I have someone to turn on that speed up tower, so I can move the next weak unit straight into the big ones. Also, it's probably not even necessary to juke around the way that I do. You probably don't have to kill as many units as I do either. It's probably entirely fine just kind of, you know, going straight for the captures. There's just going to be a lot of enemies around you have to dodge. And defend M16 against. Okay. Check. We have read this one before as well. Okay, the 78k is up there. M16 can't move. Either. Beak can. Unless we shall eliminate the squad at the bottom here before they can attack M16. Okay. Technically, we don't have any moves left. Effectively, we do. Acceleration on 2887. It's time for your glorious sacrifice. There we go. 4,400. Oh, it spawns 2 of them this time around. Okay. So we do still have one we have to juke around against. That's slightly annoying. However, it should not get to me before M16 is done. Which is good. Which is very good. Okay. You go here. Bum bum. Bum bum. There we go. And you will go over here. My nose is itching. Because while the enemy is getting reinforcements, so are we. It's just that the enemy has these very few, very high difficulty enemies. And unfortunately, it's standing right in the way of where we will need to go afterwards. Beak shall clear the way in this direction, so we can retreat with M16, lure the big guy away from where it is currently. Hopefully. Maybe use one of the bigger squads to lower its strength? Maybe that works. I don't know if we need an 2887 for that. We might not. You didn't boost anyone this time, did you? No, you didn't. Boost yourself. We shall experiment. It's not going to be quite enough. Actually, no, it should be. This is where that plan ends, so to speak. If it face first into the Hydra, if we get a normal battle, it doesn't work. If we get the shorthand fight, yeah, I don't think it works. The fact that they get the shield is very annoying. At the same time, the machine guns at the back seem to actually... actually, it's not them. Do they also deal a decent amount of damage? We have actually dealt with it. Never mind. Okay. We can deal with the 78Ks with a 30K squad. Hydras aren't spherical enough. The other units are just people. What do you mean? They aren't exactly spherical either. Okay. Oh, well, can I deploy anything here? No. No deploying allowed. Accelerate yourself to the speed of fucking light. And use those steam moves over there. I am almost convinced that we'll still have to fight RPK at the end. That's why I'm preparing to move all the enemies in the direction of the control terminal. Well, not enemies, friendlies. People with somewhat spherical heads. That's really far-fetched, my friends. Also, to be fair, they're not really people. Those units are actually machines. Those soldiers. Because SF units are generally, well, machines. So, who appears when I check this one? You just let them turn you into this clown. You didn't like it? You didn't like it? I find it quite interesting. I did wonder if I would be a moth that dives right into the fire and aphid that munches on petals. In the end, I turned into a plant that feeds on insects. Ironic, isn't it? Stop wasting my time. We can offer you the same thing, M16. How about that? You want to consider it? Thanks, but no thanks. I'll start getting old very soon if one changes the looks too often. That said, I don't mind sprucing you up a bit. By putting some red on me. Well, hello there. Occupy specific heliport. Ah, I have to move a unit there. I see. Okay. Well. This might be annoying. What's the SF stand for? Sanguis Ferry. It's a machine company. Also, we already won because I did that beforehand. I don't even have to move a unit there. Never mind. We're already done. Sanguis Ferry is a machine construction company that has created Sanguis Ferry. But, yeah. Traitor 2. Okay. Traitor against traitor. What a peculiar sight, don't you agree? Don't let me in with the likes of you. We're different. How so, M16? I'm very curious. How exactly do you think of yourself? You don't care about Angelia's well-being in the slightest, since you came here for something else. But here you are, being a hypocrite and helping out Ro. Is this your way of making up for what you did? Shut up. The force field fluctuates dangerously, but RPK's musing only keeps getting more jovial. A traitor seeking forgiveness? How fascinating. The way I see it, you're just betraying the resolve it took to make the decision you did. I expected more from a T-Dog crafted by Miss Persica. I told you to shut your trap. M16's attacks visibly grow in vehemence. What are you going to do, M16? When interests align, you work together, simple as. Yeah, pretty much. Show me. Keeping your eyes on the obstacle that's giving our opponent cover, RPK-16 aims a weapon at the path M16 would take to escape. Just then, a grenade rolls out from behind cover. The small rolling object instantly spews a large amount of smoke as it explodes. Gunshots ring out in the opposite direction. Bullets tear open a sealed cylindrical tank, causing a torrent of gas to burst forth. Oops. RPK grins. In that instant, she understands what she had missed when she got distracted by the smoke grenade. The oxygen leaking from the tank is ignited by the spark produced by the bullets. The fearless figure rushes through the fire and shockwave in just the blink of an eye. RPK immediately raises the gun and pulls the trigger. Bang. M16 anticipates a move, but lobs another grenade. The bullet meant to pin down M16 hits the grenade squarely. White powder wraps instantly in the confined space. Phosphorus? Snap, bang, okay. Oh dear. Got you. With a single punch, M16 shoves RPK-16 in the corner, and before the latter can react, she disables the left shoulder joint with a backhand blow. The machine gun slips out of RPK's limp hand. She's looking rather battered and bruised, yet she's still grinning at M16. Easy, Miss White. That's also fair. What is it that you want, M16? This is parody as a den. Getting out of here alive will be a challenge even for you. Let me worry about that. Wasting no time, M16 grabs RPK by the slender neck and threatens to hack off her pretty head with a combat knife. The blazing fire rages on behind them. Open the door. I'm afraid I can't do that. She doesn't have time for this. It's just a gut feeling, but this woman doesn't strike her as someone who'll cave easily. There's no need to waste time on her. M16 reaches this conclusion in a fraction of a second. She tightens her grip on the knife, ready to plunge it into RPK's neck. Won't you stay and chat for a little longer? Just before she can make a move, a massive force wraps around her wrist. What? 16 can only watch as the knife is slowly pulled away from RPK. Mechanical arms reaching out from under the floor and above the ceiling clamp her down securely. As I said, M16, we have all the time in the world. The force field was just a distraction to lure her closer. Now then, M16. Let me put Miss Persica's craftsmanship to the test. Okay. Not what I expected, in the slightest. I don't like that development. Xamit lies curled up behind a piece of cover with her back against the wall. Her body has sustained extensive damage. She is covered in countless cuts and bullet holes. That's what you call a Queen's Gambit. Jeez, I haven't played such a brutal game of chess in a really long time. After she leans up against the ruined wall, the Paradise troops raise their weapons, trampling the piled bodies of the fallen comrades underfoot as they cautiously begin to encircle her. Bro. Xamit raises her head and looks up at the pitch-dark sky. Make sure you checkmate them. The bottom landing platform with burners. Severed limbs and broken body parts of white troopers and knights are strewn across the platform, which has become utterly unrecognizable. Only 3 units are still standing, locked in a stalemate. Hiding behind the burning aircraft, Architect reloads her weapon with great difficulty. We've been keeping her busy for more than 20 minutes, haven't we? That's enough valor in battle to last me till 94. Can we withdraw yet? Found you! Crap. A momentary lapse in focus has brought this disastrous consequences. Ah! The ground behind the Architect, along with the aircraft, is completely overturned. The shockwave flings her through the air. Her weapon spins out of her hands and slides away. Having landed on the ground in a heap, Architect gets to her knees and dives for it without thinking. The spot where she was just a second ago is smashed up again. Don't just keep going after her. You've still got me. Wait, this knight. Eureka to high heavens, maggot. Seeing that Architect is in trouble, Gage accelerates toward Narcissus, a gunbow gleaming sinisterly as it pierces toward Narcissus. But Narcissus is prepared for the ambush. She lifts her arm and the sharp hovering blade whisks through the air towards Gager. Architect throws herself at Gager to stop her advance, saving her from the incoming blade. Instead of impaling Gager, the hovering blade merely brushes past her, but that brief moment of contact is enough to destroy her arm. Run, try to run again! Gager loses her grip on her gunbow. She stumbles a few steps back and looks back, only to find herself under Narcissus' vicious gaze. The laser cannon is already fully recharged. Watch out! Architect? Bastards. Do you have something against my legs? Gage's eyes widen as she takes in the Architect, who has collapsed on top of her. Her lower legs seem to have been caught in the explosion and got blown to pieces. Damn it! Gage lifts up Architect and throws her over the shoulder without hesitation. We're retreating, Architect. We've done all we can. Architect? Hand me my weapon, Miss Knight. What are you planning to do? Being carried by Gager, Architect lifts her weapon and wets her lips as she looks back at the goading Narcissus. Don't you remember, Miss Knight? We're in charge of Phase 3, our mission isn't over yet. We'll just be heading to our own demise if we keep going. Ro told us to trust her. And I made a bet with Sop, I'm gonna rip her leg off once I get back. With a shot, she ignites the exposed oil tank in the truck next to Narcissus. The subsequent explosion kicks up a thick, riling cloud of black smoke. Making use of the cover it provides, Gager starts picking up the pace. Finally found a place where I can do as I please and be myself. I must do whatever it takes to stay, don't you see? Move your legs, Miss Knight. Focus on running and leave the shooting to me. We can give them 5 more minutes. Why, you? Gager bites a lip. You're always so willful. Securing Architect's body within her remaining arm, gauge your dashes in the direction of more solid cover. Don't you dare run! Go to hell, both of you! The Bridge of Judgment. Operation Anus, Phase 5. Ah! Rhino. Mona, don't move. Mona's just about to go and rescue Rhino when an electric spark goes off just inches away from her left cheek. This place is filled with our micro-components. We're practically sitting ducks waiting to be roasted. Nemerin circles above the 3 column T-dots and watches them coldly. The situation may seem very dire, but to her, this is no more than a drawn-out execution. Oh no, I can't take it anymore. The EMI is tearing my neurocloud apart. Small cracks are starting to appear on the signal amplifier in Rhino's grip. Contact them, Mona. How much longer do we have to keep this up? Can we go yet? Nitrogen umbrella, nitrogen umbrella. Mona? It's no use, I still can't reach them. Interference is too strong. Mona's heart sinks. For phase 2 of the operation, which also happens to be the most crucial phase, the onus is on UMP to maintain the communication network among the teams. If something goes wrong on her ends, all the teams will be completely on their own. No news from the rest of Umbrella either. Number 9 trades off, but Mona knows very well what she's hinting at. Should we retreat? Now? Mona takes a deep breath and lifts her weapon. Take Rhino, make a break for the western tower. I'll pin her down. Mona? Rhino gapes at Mona in shock. I have faith in Umbrella. Mona interrupts her teammate's outcry calmly. Hey! Hi, Estrelli. How are you doing today? What were you up to? Actually, I think I saw you playing Final Fantasy earlier. Were you doing the raids again? Hope you had a good day, though. Also, hi, I'm TV. I stream. Currently with a slight bit of a lingering cold. It's going good, how about you? Doing pretty well. Got some good news about work and everything, so that's very nice. And apart from that, I'm playing through the Girls Frontline event. It's something. We're coming to a big crescendo of everything going to shit. So yee. Hope the raids went well. Staying because I choose to believe her. This is my decision. And I will stand by it. Rose is a leader worthy of our trust. The operation isn't over yet. She will not shrink back here. After a brief moment of silence, Number 9 slings a gun over her neck and hoists Rhino up onto her back. Number 9? Let's go. Mona looks up and meets Nimran's cold eyes. I've seen hell worse than this. Let's never let you stop me. Bro, I'm putting all my bets on you. Are we going to UMP now? No, we're going to AK-15. A truck weighing several tons has been lifted off the ground and is sent hurtling towards Grey from above. With a flash, the metallic truck is cleaved into two by the, down the center. The two now useless chunks of steel, propelled by gravity and inertia, crash heavily into the ground. Grey's tail blade retracts, then whips around, blocking all the incoming bullets like a shield. Performance is even better than before. How astounding. To think that a T-doll built to that kind of spec is still room for augmentation. I would love to meet a creator. A one-on-one. She obviously has no intention of giving her opponents this advantage. She isn't going to fight on for fun. But while Brammet is away, she must deal with this new intruder with extreme caution. Not to mention... I'm guessing you're not alone. The girl who's totally useless without a friend that Pandora mentioned. Did you leave her back at home? A metallic gleam suddenly comes flying towards Grey through the billowing dust. With an instinctive flick of her tail, she slices the small object into two. It was... I'm glad to see that you haven't grown tired of these. Just before the grenade goes off, Grey switches her tail and knocks the calfed-up grenade back at 15. The transport crate that AK-15 has been using as cover catches fire during the explosion. She doesn't know what is inside the crate, but you can tell the temperature is rising dangerously. Grey chuckles at her own expense. To think that she felt miffed when Bram had left. Since when was she so weak? Like a wounded beast, AK-15 charges out from behind the black smoke. The combat now she's wielding whistling sharply as it slices through the air. Are you a one-trick pony or what? Shut up. Those murderous crimson eyes closing on Grey in an instant. Her incessant jeer has struck a nerve on AK-15. At this moment, Grey is finally feeling a little astonished. AK-15 has launched itself off without warning before, but a burst of speed this time is even more impressive than back at the manor. Counting any speed, eh? How laughable. I know they're just dolls, but you didn't expect them to just throw trucks around? Well, 15 is also kind of special. To be fair, there's a lot of really special dolls in our repertoire at this point. The nimble scorpion-tail twists deftly, flashing ominously as it hangs in the air, waiting to impale AK-15. Grey doesn't even need to reposition herself. Just like last time, she simply aims her tail blade at the incoming AK-15. The faster she moves, the harder it is to dodge an obstacle in a trajectory. 15 will run straight into a stinger, just like last time. The difference is, Grey won't fall for any more petty tricks. She has seen those crimson eyes grow lifeless. It'll be the same this time. Just before 15 collides with the tip of the blade, her body slightly slows down mid-air. Then she pivots in the last possible moments as sparks fly over chest armor scrapes against the edge of the blade. All this happening in just a fraction of a second. 15's seemingly bulky armor does not hinder her mobility at all. Her physical strength and explosive power aren't the only things that have improved. Her eyes burn with a raging fury as a combat knife is pointed straight at Grey's throat. She has been waiting for this moment for far too long. However, still too wet behind the ears. Grey murmurs. The towering metal hunk flips backwards and stumbles back a few meters before she crashes into Grey. With the strap severed, AK-15's gun falls on the ground with a sharp noise. Grey raises her hands, brandishing a sharp claws, and follows AK-15's retreat with menace in her eyes. 15 finds her footing a few meters away. Her chest armor now bears a horrific set of claw marks. If they had gone half an inch deeper, her body would have been cut open. You've learned your lesson. But not well enough. 15 shows no reaction to Grey's gibe. Only her lips are moving faintly. What are you saying? Boom. 15 mutters softly, the burning flame slowly dying out in those red eyes as they drift over from Grey's face to her tail. Grey realizes that something is wrong right away. She follows AK-15's gaze and looks at her own tail. A small and cylindrical object that appears to be a cartridge has jumped into this crevice under her sting and producing alarming beeps. Crap. This is not the case. She planned this all along? Injured by the explosion, Grey's eyes widen as she stumbles back 2 steps. Before she can recover, 15 is already on the move, closing in on her once again. She swipes her with her claws out of reflex, but hits nothing. 15 has no intention of getting within her reach. She simply executes a roll and retrieves the gun that she's dropped. Ridding her momentum, she ducks behind another piece of cover, crouches on the ground, and goes into a firing position. The armor-piercing round that blew up has taken out Grey's most valuable asset. Right now, she's caught between fight and flight. Her usually nimble tail is now clumsy and dazed, and can barely fend off AK-15's shot. Bullets strike the metallic tail, beating out the steady rhythm. Overwhelmed, Grey is slowly backed up against the edge of the stairs. The gunshot suddenly cease. Having emptied the magazine, 15 lowers her gun and unsheathes another combat knife strapped to her upper arm with a flourish. Is she planning to press the attack and kill her on the spot? You're probably the most powerful T-Doll there is, I'll give you that. Grey's usual self-assurance has vanished. Her features are twisted as she tries to hide her bewilderment. However, this is Avernus. 15 plants her feet and is just about to propel herself forward, when a hail of bullets suddenly rained down from on her from above. She quickly dives around the corner. Kill her. Faraday's forces file out from the elevator and have the stacker surrounded. With the dark muzzles pointed at the sole target in the open space, in the fighting pit, they pull the trigger mercilessly. As if Grey would take on an intruder all by herself with no preparation. She's no fool. I suppose I didn't lose my stinger for nothing. 15's performance far surpassed their expectation. Even Nemron had not obtained any intel regarding her upgrade. Grey obviously had good reason to engage in close quarters combats. All of a sudden, the alarm goes off. Red lights start flashing in the elevator that the soldiers are still pouring out of, and the doors close without warning, locking some of them in. The attack comes to an abrupt halt. During this window of opportunity, 15 trains a weapon on Grey again. Uh-oh. I see. Grey eyes 15 coldly. She doesn't seem at all surprised by the sudden development. As for herself, she was a bit taken aback, but she also kind of saw it coming. This is the moment she's been waiting for. Out of the way. Grey runs towards the stairs and pushes her way through the soldiers in a way roughly. Call connected. Sister Nemron. What is it this time? I'm very busy right now. I require support. The vehement gunshots coming from behind her are holding back an entire army. Grey lowers her voice and quickens her pace. This isn't working either. Shooting an angry glance at the tightly shut elevator doors, Grey resumes her climb on the stairs. I should have already sent you detailed data about them. You're actually having trouble dealing with enemies like these? Stop astounding me with the incompetence, Grey. The situation is different than you imagined, Sister Nemron. There's information that's out of even the Bee Sting system's reach. Grey transfers the data she has collected during an encounter with AK-15 to Nemron as she speaks. 15 is not her old self. Both the physical strength and the strategic acumen have improved far beyond our expectation. The fact that such a result were achieved without a trace of relic tech makes it all the more incredible. This isn't mentioned in your database, I believe. If she's already this powerful on her own, then what are we supposed to do if a friend who's working in the shadows surfaces as well? This other doll is probably the actual leader. She even has the ability to hack our systems. If we manage to capture them, I'm sure Father will be very interested. I see. Nemron is rather impressed by the data sent by Grey. This is indeed some very surprising findings. Now that you understand. I'm sorry, but I really have my hands full at the moment. I can send some reinforcements your way, but... no need for that. Leave everything to me, Nemron. Sister. You? So soon? Very well. Is the matter settled then? Yes, it was a great success. In that case, Grey, fall back to the elevator on level 30. Our new recruit will meet up with you there. Understood. Wait for me, Grey. I'll be there in no time. Now the question is that RPK? 16? M16, I mean, or is it Morido? The unexpected voice stuns Grey into a short silence, then sends a pang of glee gushing over her. But a stern shout coming from behind interrupts her triumph. Stop right there! Those soldiers didn't stand a chance against 15, she expected that much. However, they did the job of slowing her down. What a pity, 15. But the victor will be me again in this time. Grey can't help but snicker as she takes the widening distance between 15 and herself. Wielding a combat knife and rifle, AK-15 cuts down the countless Strellas before her, but when one goes down, 3 would take its place. Even Grey is a little intimidated by her ferocity, but there's no way AK-15 can catch up to her now. Phew. Grey has already made her way to the elevator on the level 30, while AK-15 is still helplessly killing her way through a swathe of troopers on the stairwell between levels 23 and 24. She's too far to do anything to her. We won't see each other again. Grey turns around, and the elevator produces a loud ding. The malfunction only happened on the lower floors, and the problem has been rectified a few minutes ago. Soon enough, AK-15 and their elusive little friend will be drowning in endless waves of troopers. The corners of Grey's lips creep up at that thought. The the door slowly open. Smile freezes on her face when she sees what's inside the elevator. I knew it. I fucking knew it. A bullet hits her squarely in the center of her forehead. What? A94 exits the elevator with her rifle lifted. Grace struggles to stay on her feet, but a completely limp body refuses to obey her. She grips a railing behind her tightly and leans heavily against it, staring down the seemingly endless spiral staircase. Into the lake of hell that consumes all birds. Grey? Grey's blurry vision clears up again. Greg, still injured, comes out from a repaired elevator and gapes at Grey in shock. Greg? Grey! For the next seconds, Greg's figure melts into a grey blur again. Grey? Gripping a saber, Greg reaches the platform in an instant. Almost at the same time, a second bullet penetrates Grey's chest. Yes, kill her. Grey's eyes grow dull and lifeless. Her body lies flopped against the railing, but her ears can no longer hear the metal creaks as it strains on their weight. The moment Greg gets up to the platform, Grey's body slides forward and plummets through the air. It almost feels as if a pair of eyes are gazing at Grey from the bottomless abyss below, growing ever closer. In a weightless state, she sees Greg sprinting down the spiral staircase. In her eyes, the whole world seems to be in slow motion. As if unwilling to let go, Grey extends her arm and reaches out, but her fingers wrap around nothing but the empty air. Grey! Greg lets out a heart-rending cry and reaches out to Grey. As if to answer her, Grey also stretches out her arm towards Greg. But there is no bridging between the distance between them. Don't worry. Even though she's shivering in the howling winds, even though Greg probably can't even see, she still puts on her bravest smile. Father will grant me a new life. To comfort either herself or Greg, Grey calls out to her father softly as she falls farther and farther. In a mighty crash, Grey returns to eternal darkness. Well, that's Grey dead. On the western tower. M16 gazes at RPK coldly as she feels her body being pulled backwards. Well played. She comments matter-of-factly. If your opponent weren't me, you'd definitely have succeeded. RPK shows hesitation for the first time. Hearing the alarming beeps, she looks down at her abdomen. A red light is blinking on the small explosive patch stuck onto her. The mechanical arm restraining M16 goes limp as the explosion occurs. Having regained control of her own body, M16 punches RPK-16 in the face without hesitation. RPK smiles. I expect nothing less from you, M16. You'd have a card up your sleeve, and it's as ruthless as I imagined. You. M16 frowns. A knife-wielding hand once again comes to a halt mid-motion. So it's you. You need to go, M16. The answer you seek isn't here. M16 lowers her hand and glances at the closed screen door nearby. That does seem to be the case. Good luck. After one more look at RPK-16, who is slumped feebly on the ground, M16 double-checks her terminal, then turns to leave the way she came. RPK-16 licks the blood of her lips as she gazes at M16's receding back. She leans back into the wall behind her and slowly closes her eyes. Hey, new boss. I came across your target over here. Combat record of your little scuffle has been sent to you. Well done. That's more than enough. Just 2 more fish to catch. Call disconnected. Resting against the wall, RPK-16 closes her eyes again. Just a little longer. When my alteration is complete, this bond between us will be stronger than you can fathom, M16. Congrats, Ro. You chose the correct answer. Are you certain? In the eastern tower, Ro and Sop are making their way around carefully while staying close to the wall. Just as they are about to enter another room, they receive a transmission from M16A1. Yes, there's no mistake. Andrew is definitely in the eastern tower. My job is done here. Best of luck. Got it. Ro. Sop looks at Ro with some concern. You heard that, Sop? We're just a small step away from victory. Right. The defenses are incredibly sparse in the tower. Ew! I just had another... Oh, There is another person that it could be. Because I don't know exactly what Paradise is trying to do with Angie, but if they're trying to turn her into one of these cyborg monsters... Well, Angie is already a massive badass, so I really don't want to fight that. They have not encountered any strong resistance since they came inside. The greatest source of agitation is that they can't be sure if their search will be fruitful. But now they have a definite answer. Ro lets out a long sigh, keeping excitement in check. She connects to the conference room channel. Umbrella to Unicorn. Umbrella to Unicorn. Unicorn copies. We have confirmed Andy's location. Please notify all teams to prepare for withdrawal. While Ro's voice is shaking with elation, your piece is flat and dejected. Noticing that, Ro's enthusiasm dies down immediately. Unicorn? There's no one left to withdraw, Umbrella. We can give you 5, no, maybe 3 minutes. Don't let us down. Call disconnected. 45. What happened on your end? Hello? Farron? You still there? Chessmaster? Nitrogen? Dana's conference room channel, which was once buzzing with activity, is now as quiet as a tomb. Bro. I know. Everyone has... Sop lowers her communicator helplessly. She finally understands the situation. She looks up at Ro, whose features are frozen in shock. But that barely lasted a second. Ro closes her eyes and takes a deep breath. I'm not a fan of the fact that 45 and 9 are down because of things that I know about the story. Yeah. We need to pick up the pace up. But we can't give up here. Sub wants to say something, but at the sight of Ro's grief and determination, she swallows her words. Alright, let's go then, Ro. We mustn't let the sacrifice go to waste. Yeah, we... Who's there? Powerful electronic interference comes rolling in, but inflicts no physical damage. Go on then, come at me all at once. Even if I'm the only one left, I'll fight to my last breath. Is that it? Chessmaster? Is that you? Familiar voices, brimming with despair and anger, echo through the dark corridor. Sop's hands start shaking. Stay strong, Sop. Right. 45. Just leave me. My neurocloud... Fine, damn it, I'll kill you all! Unicorn? No. Who the hell are you? Show yourself! It's Brammet. The companion's resounding howls threaten to tear the two adults' neurals cloud apart. Already overwhelmed. With a light snicker, a bewitching woman emerges from the dark end of the corridor. A large chorus of footsteps heralds even more despair. Barrier soldiers appear and mask behind the woman on the other end of the corridor. It was you who harmed them. You... Ahem. This is Brammet. I found the last 2 bugs. That's all right. She pauses deliberately, as if waiting diligently for a reply. Then she puts an exaggerated expression of surprise. Huh? What? Why are you all dead already? What a terrible shame. We agreed we would complete the mission and go home together. You bastard. Calm down. Those are all illusions she created to confuse her neural clouds. Sop's fury almost drives her mad. Ro is doing everything she can to contain her own anger and stop Sop from losing it. Oh, you all died horrific deaths. Surrounded by many, many Paradeus units and blown to smithereens. That's horrible. I hope your neural cores are still intact. That's enough. Stop the charade. Huh? But I'm really talking to your teammates. What? Puts a communicator on speaker with a malicious smile. Bro, it's us. Fair. Umbrella requesting code confirmation. Iron Griffin. Is it really you? Are you alright? We have a deal then. We must fight to our last breath. Firm, you... Don't let us down. Architect. Want to go back? I'm gonna tear your legs off 20 times. Artillery in the distance interrupts a shout. That's fine with me. You can tear them off as many times as you want. Get ready, Sop. Robot is in an uncharacteristically steely voice. Right. I'm moving. I'm almost shedding a tear. Rabbit claps her hands, her eyes are completely dry. Now then, is it okay to kill you two on the spot? If you want to die with your friends, that can also be arranged. But it may be a bit difficult to find the remains. Rose's heart sinks. She just learned that Angie is here for sure. She is this close to completing her mission. However... Sop silently switches off her safety. Let's go, Ro. She has strong EW capability, but her weakness will be apparent in close quarter combat. Then I'm the bane of existence! Bullets filled with hatred fly in Brammett's direction, but they are all blocked by white troopers next to her. Such monstrous hatred! Show me more! Hate me more! Don't get so full of yourself. Coordinating with Sop's pace, Ro covers her advance calmly. Sop, let's talk through a private channel. Okay. I'll deal with the obstacles for you. Get close to Brammett and attack her from close range. You don't need to kill her in one blow. Just do enough damage. Leave it to me. Ro ignores Brammett's sneer and unleashes a barrage on the white troopers around her. The bullets fall hopelessly on the ground after throwing up vigorous sparks, and the white troopers' heavy armor are only slightly dented. Dread threatens to overcome Ro as she realizes the extent of the enemy's superiority in firepower and defenses. It's extremely difficult to deal any meaningful damage with just the two of them. But right now, all the other teams are too busy with their own problems to help them. Ro? Don't worry, I was just thinking about what to do. Ro doesn't have enough firepower to clear a path for Sop to get close to Brammett. Sop's attacks are repeatedly repelled by the white troopers. Ha! Struggle harder! You're not trying hard enough. This is nowhere near enough! Shut up, you crazy bitch. Oh, what happened to your murderous rampage? Why have you calmed down? Will hearing your friends' voices bring back your feral side? I won't even have to use my full strength to kill a clown like you. That's it. More arrogance that will make your subsequent despair all the more savory. Brammett's harsh laughter echoes through the air. Sop's attack grow more and more ferocious, and Rose comes up with more and more strategies. But no matter how hard she thinks, the way to break this impasse still eludes her. To avoid dampening Sop's spirits, she can only keep her welling desperation bottled up. Looks like my only choice is to trick Sop into going alone and stay behind to buy her more time. Bro, I have an idea. What is it? We don't have to defeat her. That's not our objective. Ro can't help but marvel at how much Sop has matured. That's right. Our objective is to find Angie. But let's scooch our way over to that door while we fight them. But that door can't hold for long, even if it's closed, right? Can it? That's not true. I've just scanned it and it's controlled from the inside. We'll just have to make it through the door, and then we can keep it locked for a while with control system. But the door looks like it can only be locked from the outside. Trust me, I saw it and I'm absolutely certain. Alright. Sop charges forward to create an opening for all. Why are you two trying to run, little bugs? I know where this is going. Ro is going to leave, Sop is going to close the door and fight them alone. To your grave, asshole! Ooh, cocky aren't we? Sop. Under Sop's cover, Ro makes it through the door and prepares to return the favor. Coming. Sop dashes towards Ro, and kicks the door shut. The door closes in Ro's face like a slap. The lock clicks. Sop, what are you doing? Run. Bastard, you lied to me! This door cannot be controlled from the inside. Ro is suddenly speechless. I'm sorry, Ro, but I don't think any of the others made it. I know. I don't want to watch you... Not you, I can't bear you, to watch you again. Not again. I won't let you, right before my eyes. Jo leans against the door in anguish. She knows that Sop is fighting a bloody battle on the other side. What a tragedy. I'm really on the verge of tears this time. I promise I'll grind you a swift and painless death. Just go. Hearing fire behind the being exchanged so close to her, Ro wants nothing more than to break the door and get to the other side. But she knows that if she did, Sop's efforts would have all been in vain. Fine, I'll go and find Angie immediately, then I'll come back for you. I believe you. I'll be waiting. Ro alternates between letting go of the door handle and grabbing it several times before finally hammering on the door and shouting through it. Promise me, you must hang in there until I come back. Or I swear I'll haunt you as a ghost. I promise. After wiping away her tears, Ro sprints away ahead heedlessly. With all the strength she can muster, she runs like a bat out of hell. Meanwhile, the one who just flew past was Greg. She got away. No point in chasing a cornered foe. Don't lose sight of the mission 15. Right. Mission accomplished. Target, Miss Grey. Kill confirmed. Should we give Umbrella a hand? Let me contact them. After a pause, A94 frowns slightly. What is it? No signal. What should we do? We stick to the plan and enter the Easter Tower. Then... tap. Okay, the sound is barely audible. But it is conspicuous enough to the two T-dolls who are constantly on the guard. 15. Neither. After a brief and concise exchange, they are both aware of the situation. 15's crimson eyes gleam as she looks warily at the door that she demolished earlier. The stranger makes a graceful descent from the upper floor, yet something about it seems oddly familiar. I finished going. I don't know this one. This is... I want to make a guess. I want to say that this is Morido. Upgraded. To the highest standards. It's been a while, Frau Nevin, aren't you? Have you missed me? This looks like a big bad. It is a big bad. We've been fighting big bads the entire time so far. Zeke matches had to, I think. I don't believe we've met. Oh my. The knight interjects with disappointment, then she takes off a mask. She looks expectantly again at the two dolls. How about now? Before she can finish the sentence, the dolls pull the trigger almost simultaneously. The knight deflects the bullets effortlessly and smiles. Morido. A94 spits out a name through gritted teeth. That face slowly overlaps with another in a neurocloud, the face of someone once close to them. I have been waiting for this day for a very, very long time. So, Evan, so aren't you? Likewise. Seeing you means I'm getting closer to my target. Morido smiles happily at A94's reply. Fantastic, this is truly wonderful. I hope we are all satisfied with this reunion. Okay. Unicorn offline. Anus conference room, current progress saved. Phase 1, 100% complete. Phase 2, 50% complete. Phase 3, 0% complete. Phase 4, 100% complete. Phase 5, 0% complete. Rebirth 1. Okay. Also, I've noticed something yesterday. We are currently in the last chapter that is displayed over here. There's 20 more maps. Somewhere. I don't know where. Maybe it's just the higher difficulties for some of the maps that have already been played, but I don't know. Okay, 91,000. I seem to have to kill her. With Wolfpack Squad, with this, which is 181,000 to be fair. However, they apparently can't leave. Stuff can move into that area, but not out of it. And this seems nasty. I have the feeling that it has something to do with these two back here. Though maybe they're also just what's buffing them. The damned. Weaken any random T-doll every 15 seconds, reducing a stats damage rate of 5. Okay, okay. Generate a shield with a value that equals 10% of the enemy's lost HP every 15 seconds. The shield lasts for 6 seconds. Okay. Well, it is time for the new and improved. Oh, I can spawn a hawk in here. Now that is nice. That is very nice. Okay. Any special knowledge I need? No. Okay. There's the particle shockwave cannon here. I'll be able to capture that, so that's good. Let's first of all get rid of this enemy squad right here. I hope that I'll actually be able to as well. They deal a lot of damage. That's not very nice. The good thing is that I have shields, but so do they. And I think the music is broken again. Why does it always break? Dang it. Battlefield effect, the last ditch struggle has expired. Very nice. Okay. How about we bought more though? Bang, that's a big hit. Gotta admit, that's a really big hit. Broke so early too. Yeah, I know, right? Start up. Buff the squad that's right there. Just kind of chill there for the moment. Let's spawn one of our rifle squads. If not, both. Because more moves are definitely more helpful. So who are you going for? None of them. Interesting choice. Show me what you can do, Squad Wolfpack. Together with my BGM missile launcher. They have so much shields, but at the same time I have so much pierce. I just deal damage through the shields with the missile launcher. Also, they deal almost no damage to me. Okay, Squad Wolfpack seems to be pretty good. Question being... will they have enough resources to not run out before the mission ends? I could send this squad Oh, I can attack again? Okay, it doesn't work a second time. That's a shame. I understand why, but it's still a shame. Okay, we have 8 moves, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is the one that buffed the enemy. Or rather gives me a debuff. Ooh, that's a big boy. I think I'll just go straight for Mordo right now. Because this squad is pretty strong. And I can buff them. So that's very good. Now, the question is... I can risk something here, but that's pretty stupid. Then again, going straight for Mordo is also pretty much risking something that's pretty stupid. Let's go and attack her. It will be fine, right? Well, apparently Mordo's already gone. Okay. Man. It really helps if all the enemies are just summoned enemies. AK-15 studies Mordo as she backs away carefully. Mordo is holding her ground even under joint attack. 15. 94 calls out softly to her companion. 15 looks at her. Don't let us suck you into a fight. We've already completed our objective. We should withdraw before our reinforcements arrive. We'll have plenty of time and opportunities. There's no need to rush. You've had your first. Understood. With a nod, the T-Dots start drawing away from Mordo in a well-coordinated retreat. This naturally doesn't escape Mordo's eyes, but she simply smiles and shows no intention of stopping them. I look forward to our next encounter, Francia. Move that squad to the command post, which is all the way to the right. Okay. Ah. I have to move through here now. Probably avoid the land... Oh, that's not a landmine. I see what that is. Okay. Go here. You, not through the path blocker. First of all, let's do that. We don't have too many turns, because otherwise the BGM will get absolutely destroyed. As long as we run into normal enemies, they seem to be doing very well against them. So everything is okay. Then again, Squad Wolfpack is currently also completely overpowered. Except unless you compare them to these guys, which are nuts. Utterly insane. Where are you patrolling? You are patrolling that square. You are patrolling the same square. Okay. Depending on where those two go, I should be able to do that in the next turn. Alright then. And the rounds. Yep, that's exactly who I wanted to run to me. To get rid of the debuff. Very good. AK-15 deals a lot of damage here. Unfortunately, I don't have a second skill up to max level, and even then it's not going to meet the same power level, but... Alright, that's the second debuff removed. Good, good. At least I think that should be the second debuff removed. Unless that was the wrong one. Dang it. Oh, no, wait, there it is. They didn't quite rotate the way that I wanted them to. Planning mode. You can't go through there, you'll have to go through here. That still works. You do have enough movement, so let's go. Yeah, those towers are going to be really bad. Okay, this did a lot of damage, I gotta admit. That tower was significantly stronger than I expected it to be. Nah. Sure, actually we can attack that squad, because, yeah, why not? Oh, that just removes it. Fair. Entirely fair. Mission accomplished. Alright. And suddenly the music's back. I don't know what's going on. Solution. Okay. Anus conference room, current progress saved. Yes, we know. Phase 0, 99% complete. Operation Anus, Phase 0. Target Anna Viktorovna Tsoy. It's part of the emulate experience. It's not just that. Part of the charm, it's also just the game itself, specifically. In the Eastern Tower of Vernus. Rapid footsteps. What? What are you saying, Ask? I do not understand. That's just soy. I see. Ro, now utterly alone, dashes up the spiral staircase while keeping close to the wall. She is incredibly fast. When she reaches the floor, she'd kick open the door and rush in without even bothering to check if it's safe. She cannot afford to waste even half a second. Bang. All of a sudden, a black blur darts out from around the corner and blocks her path. Ro lifts a gun without a pause and about to pull the trigger when the opponent grabs it by the barrel. The shot misses its mark and smashes the light in the ceiling instead. I'm still saying this is AK-12. The red eyes are just too much identity. Ro switches effortlessly over to hand-to-hand combat and delivers a series of physical blows with a gun. Much to their surprise, the opponent starts countering her attacks with the same technique. After exchanging a few blows, they each end up tugging at one end of the machine gun and arrive at a stalemate. Just then, her opponent speaks. Are you looking for Angelia, Ro? It all happened in a few seconds. Only now does Ro get a good look at the assailant. It is a nondescript-looking Naito. Go back to where you came from, Ro. Angie won't go with you. The Naito can barely finish a sentence when a force suddenly knocks her off her feet. Rose muzzle is pressed firmly against the Knight's face. She blinks, then raises her arms in silent cooperation. Who are you? You can call me Coletta. Where's Angie? As I said, Angie won't be going with you. I'm asking you one more time, where the hell is Angie? Looking at the murderous Tito before her, Coletta knows that the only thing keeping her from pulling the trigger is the last remaining shred of reason. Come with me. If you waste my time, I'll make you regret you ever existed. Coletta can't sense Rose's raging fury even without her turning her head. If she does anything even remotely suspicious, she will experience the most ruthless retribution in the world. She has no choice but to keep her hands high up in the air and lead the road to Angie's room. You're 45? 45 lobs a grenade at the Paradise of the forces that are pouring in before ducking back behind cover. She resumes her typing on the portable terminal. Cover me for a bit, 9. I'm going to try to get the comms back up. 45. There was a famous singer with that last name. Ah, I see. Bramid's cyber attack has left UMP-9 very weak and feeble, and she is sustaining even more damage in this confrontation with Paradise. She's still doing much better than 45, who's taking the brunt of enemy fire, but the two sisters are utterly helpless against these persistent black and white knights and their forces. The only good news is that no high-ranking knights are present. Most of their equipment has been left at the outpost that they abandoned. 45 must rely on her own processing capacity to keep the comms up and running, but she cannot spare it when she is busy escaping from enemy pursuit. UMP-9 watches as 45 types furiously on her terminal. She looks back at the force closing in from behind. Say 45. Your neurocloud has a lot of storage, right? I suppose. Why do you ask? Transferring data. 45's eyes widen when she realizes what it is that UMP is transferring to her. Neurocloud backup? What are you doing, 9? Stay safe, 45. 9, come back! 45 reaches out to grab 9 by the shoulder, but grasps nothing. As if her previous frailty never was, 9 vaults over the cover nimbly and charges back straight towards the Paradise troops who are just several feet away. 9! 45 scrambles to her feet and tries to go after 9, but the moment she gets up, she is thrown back on the ground by the shockwave. Neurocloud crackled dangerously upon impact. The Neurocloud only recovers after 3 seconds. The moment she regains consciousness, she picks herself up off the ground. The horde of knights that were almost upon her have disappeared. Only vaguely recognizable severed limbs and body parts remain near the crater left by the explosion. She spots a broken shard of UMP-9's goggles right away. Comm signal connected. Umbra to mission Okay. Operation Anus. Successful. 99% complete. In the silent conference room, the commander gazes at the map before them with furrowed brow and crossed arms. It has already been an hour since they lost contact with Task Force Anus. No matter how many times they attempt to re-establish the connection, they just can't get through the signal jam. Nobody but Dandelion can do anything but try to solve the issue, and try she has. Next to the commander, STAL-15 is trying her best to remain calm, but a restless pacing betrays anxiety. Commander? Have you gone through? Not yet. I was just going to suggest that it's better to have more than one string in a bow. What if they already... Just shut the fuck up if you have jack shit to say! The commander may not be as verbally aggressive as STR-15, but they are equally disheartened by Dandelion's words. Hold on. Just then Dandelion expression shifts. What is it now? This isn't the time for jokes. I'm not joking, Commander. I just connected to the conference room. Log in at once. The commander jumps up from the seat. Yes, Commander. Dandelion nods, but the odd expression does not escape the commander's eyes. Connecting. Logging into Anus conference room. Designation Dandelion. Identity verified. I have nothing to do with this. The three of them all stare at the screen. Both the commander and SCL-15 are rendered speechless as they read through the list of users. Umbrella, offline. Ferrum, offline. Unicorn, offline. Nitrogen, offline. Chessmaster, logged out. Wolfpack, extracted. Black Box, logged out. Have they all... We just lost the signal, so no conclusion can be drawn from that. Dandelion, what's this? The commander points at the new file in the conference room. The file is titled For the Commander. Extracting, it's a video clip. I'm opening it now. Analyzing format. Playing. After a flicker, the screen reveals a familiar figure. The commander stops breathing for a second. Long time no see, Commander. Angie looks very battered and bruised in the clip, but her firm and resolute gaze shows that her spirit remains unbroken. For some reason, just the sight of her face puts the commander at ease. Time is short, so I'll get to the point. I'm really sorry, but I can't leave this place just yet. What? Before the commander can react, SDR-15 exclaims with wide eyes, Rowan sobs 2 Fate is still on loan. She has never been more high-strung. But the commander simply waits quietly for Angie to continue. This may be hard for you to swallow. You went to such great lengths in the range the task force to rescue me, yet this is the answer you got. However, I have a very compelling reason for my decision. I will tell you the reason. You deserve that much. But before that, you must answer a question. Question? Commander, what should we look to in order to save the world? Go on, give me your answer. This will tell me whether we are really on the same side. What the hell? Why has it stopped? Dandelion. The second half of the video is encrypted. It will only resume with the password. I'm guessing that's the answer. I can also try to break the code by force if you don't know the correct answer. What a strange question. Who knows what it is that she wants to hear? Angie, I believe the answer you're looking for is... I can't even look at the log. Huh? I don't know. The present? It's the present. To safeguard the present, yes, that's right. Like what Angie, Mr. Krug, and MacLean, and all the people on their side have been doing. Forget the countless tragedies of the past. Forget how the self-righteous hypocrites spin their lies. Forget all the sacrifices in the bright, but intangible future. Them, us. What we can protect, what we can maintain, what we can trust, and what is within reach. It's the present. The present. It's the present, Angie. Our focus has never changed. It's not something in the past. It's not something intangible. It's the present we are living and breathing. It's playing again. I knew it all along. In the end, we really are allies, Commander. On the screen, Angie smiled in relief before turning serious again. The situation has changed, Commander. His goal isn't to eradicate Paradeus. What he wants is to bring William under his control. Even though Angie didn't give it the name, the commander understands right away who she's referring to. I will never let that happen. If he decides to withdraw from this operation, then I'll pick up where he's left off and eradicate Paradeus. A demon is a demon, not because of his greed, but because he possesses a demon's powers. We must not let him acquire this power, which has already cost so many lives. As for William, I think it's time we settle things with him. You're using yourself as bait. I've received the gift that you had Roe delivered to me. Also, I also have some help here. You don't have to worry about me. Time's almost up, Angie. Angie smiles at the camera, her eyes gleaming with great determination. Listen, Commander. My plan is to... God damn it. The screen goes dark. Endpoint. Oh my god, I can already tell from the fucking reward of the map that it's the final bit. It's a cliffhanger. Well, let's go, I guess. Fucking hell. Moira shows no intention of wanting to pursue the retreating members of Defy. With a thin smile, she looks at the mess that is the platform, then she turns around, planning to head back into the tower. Oh. And just as she looks back, she sees Grick standing in the doorway. Please. Your repairs seem to be incomplete, Grick. Why didn't you stay in the repair tank? Please. Grick is not in the mood to entertain Morida's somewhat mocking remarks. Grey. Save Grey. Morida raises an eyebrow and looks behind her Grey's remains, which Grick has spent a great deal of effort to haul up from the bottom of the tower. She's already dead. Father has a way to resurrect her. If you're willing to bring it up to Father... Grick, give up on it. Morida shakes her head and walks into the tower, brushing past Grick as she does. Aren't we different from other Nighters? Can't we be reborn? We're no different from them, Grick. A Nighter is nothing more than trash generated in the process of creating an individual with total immunity. As long as we are Nighters, we are failures. We cannot be resurrected. Not only is it impossible, there would be no point in doing so. Why? Because we are all disposable trash. You, me, and Grey. All the strength leaves Grick's body, as she collapses to her knees. Mordo climbs the stairs up the tower, leaving Grick to wail in despair without a backward glance. At hospital in Berlin. Sound of rapid footsteps disturb the silent hallways. The commander runs with all their might. This moment has finally come. Kruger's ward is just up ahead. Without waiting to knock, the commander rushes in. Commander, why didn't you knock? We're not ready yet. It's fine. You guys, Mr. Kruger. There are 1,000 things the commander wants to say, but the words are lodged in their throat and they can't get them out. I understand, Commander. I just can't get used to seeing this. Well, my arm's starting to get numb, so can you guys make it quick? Please remember that the heaviest thing I usually carry is a coffee mug. Let me handle the cake. Commander hugs everyone, then takes the cake from Persica. How are your injuries, Mr. Kruger? I personally think they're no big deal. I even like to drink a glass or two with you. However, the commander notices that Helian's face is visibly darkened. They look back at Kruger and catch him grinning slyly. I understand. Best to get fully recovered first. Once your condition has improved, I'll make sure I'll have a drink with you. I honestly don't understand why people like drinking things that make them lose their senses. Let's get some snacks, Persica. As though she's received some kind of secret signal, Helian drags Persica out of the room. Oh, right. I totally left my sugar at the base. Just forget about that. With the two of them gone, Kruger and the commander are the only ones left in the ward. After the brief burst of activity has receded, the room returns to its usual peace and quiet for a while. The commander looks at Kruger with a hapless smile. Why aren't you saying anything, Mr. Kruger? Did I do something wrong again? If we were having this conversation here because you were to be reprimanded, then the world would truly be an inhumane place. Thank you for everything you've done, Commander. I know these words must sound plain and inadequate to you, but still, thank you. I knew that this job wouldn't be easy when I signed up for it. But when I think about how, at the beginning, Kalina said that all I'd have to do was fight the SF units, I can't help but think you've scammed me, boss. All I can say is, the world is an unpredictable place. But in the end, you shouldered it all and kept it from falling apart. Sometimes, for the sake of survival, a person's potential can take them to a place they never knew they would go. I don't think I have come this far if all I wanted to do was survive. Kruger raises his head as he nods and sees the glint of the commander's eyes. You once gave me a chance to leave this all behind, as I turned it down. I've seen too many things, and I shouldn't... no. I've seen too many things I shouldn't have from Talon to Baldiski. Ever since then, an idea has taken root in my mind. I wanted to protect everything I could, all the family members I cared about. Then I became greedy, and I wanted to stop all the tragedies I saw from repeating themselves. I don't know when it started, but I got the feeling that I might be able to change something. Berlin shattered all my illusions. Mr. Kruger, I am just too insignificant. My reach is much more limited than I imagined. The Earl told me that this was reality. And what will you do? I won't accept it. If this were 2 years ago, I might have gone along with the Earl's grand vision and great insight. But right now, I won't accept it. The world they promise is too wonderful, so good that it seems completely out of reach. I don't want to live on those expectations. I only want to seize the present. Kruger looks at the commander and falls silent for a while. He wants to say something, but decides against it as he starts forming the words. A while later, he slowly speaks. I once had a friend. You remind me of him. He was just like you now. What kind of person was he? Back then, we were both rookie soldiers. I was a scout and he was a technical specialist. At first, we didn't have any contact with each other. Until one day, when we got caught up in the same incident. What happened? Something went wrong with the relic exploration site we were responsible for. After the island accident, everyone knew how frightening the consequences could be. The details are a little fuzzy, but in the end, we both rushed in and prevented the incident. After that, they hailed us heroes. At the same time, I became his friend. After we got to know each other, we came to realize that our values were surprisingly similar. Both our plans for the future, our ideals, and how to best serve our country. During that time, I thought we would be comrades forever. And then? In the end, we went on different paths. It's not Jaeger, is it? Much like what happened to you, Commander, reality was just too cruel. Ideals, passion, and all the sacrifices we made, none of them made a difference in the course of history. In the end, I chose to leave. What about him? He stayed in the army, and then he changed completely. At first, I didn't know what he was trying to do. Perhaps we... Oh no, it's Carter! It's fucking Carter! Perhaps we were both trying to change the world and this world in our own ways. Later on, his ideals warped him into a monster. And I couldn't even see the destination at all. I see a shadow of the past in you, Commander. It looks like you're going to embark on our path. It's a very long journey, and it will involve unimaginable suffering. I've spent most of my life walking it, and lost many things along the way, from my ideals to my passion, and even that old friend. And I couldn't help but wonder, did the destination even exist at all? Who was that old friend of yours? Carter. Yeah. Yeah. What a dickhead. Will you still persist, even after I've told you all this? Yes. The commander listens attentively to Kruger's words, as they return his gaze. Unlike Kruger, whose eyes grow more clouded as he speaks of the past, the fire in the commander's eyes burns brighter than ever. Why? No matter how far or how long, or how painful that road might be, there's only one way in which our views differ. The commander emphasizes each word as they ramp up their answer. I believe that there really is a destination to that path. Can you see it? The commander smiles. I might not be the one who sees it and reaches it in the end, but so what? I'm willing to take one step closer to that destination. Before me, there will be those who walk the same path, and there will definitely be others after me. Mr. Kruger, our ideals will never wear out, no matter how much time passes. That destination will appear. The commander's words leave Kruger slack-jawed. His hands tremble, and his excitement makes it hard to sit still. If not for the fact that his body can't take it, the commander suspects he might have jumped up to his feet. You're right, Commander. You're absolutely right. Perhaps I won't see the destination, but everything I've done will not go to waste, because it will become the foundation of this path. He looks at the commander, and after taking a deep breath, he finally calms himself down. Perhaps I can see the true direction in you. I was so close to giving up, but after seeing you, I think I can try to go a little further. To be the shining beacon in a brave new world, huh? Yes, I suppose. I think you've gained the most valuable thing here. And now, your journey to Berlin has come to an end. Yes, but it has also only just begun. To me, this is only the beginning. This is a thorny road. When I set foot upon it, I did not know. When I hesitated, I could not turn back. I like these look-backs at the stories of the past. Also, this bit right here was sick as fuck. When I stopped, hatred clouded my eyes. Countless promises and vows all rang hollow. Comrades I once fought with, consumed by despair. The flesh will eventually perish. But our struggles will go down in history. I have no choice but to fight. Well, I guess that was the Girls from Line story event. Fixed point. Done. With a massive cliffhanger. It's only gonna be like 3 months until the next one. It'll all be fine. It's a good song though. What a shame that the moment that I click once, it's gonna be gone. Well, yes. What does it ask? Okay, that's the credits still, I guess. So not quite when I click once. Girls Frontline. Continue it. Is there anything more to the... I think my credits broke. Maybe it's on purpose, though. Okay. What's this? What's this? In Avernus. As the sound of familiar footsteps reaches her ears, Angie opens her eyes. We meet again, Miss Angelia. Morido. Though her appearance has completely changed, Angie still recognizes her immediately. Did you miss me? Did you miss our time in Bremen? I told you, Miss Angie, that we will meet again soon. With a devious smile, Morido bends down and peers at Angie from the other side of the glass. Welcome to Avernus. I'm still wondering what's up with that. I know that there's the Infinite, but the Infinite is something else. There's like 5 maps here. For the Infinite, we have Simulation 1, which I don't know what it is. It's probably a gimming map. There's usually a gimming map hidden somewhere. The transmission connects. Sig, are you manning the outpost? Yep, sure, I'm on lookout. Good, I need you to intercept a small band of Paradise troops that are about to break through the encirclement. Paradise unit? Me? Really? Then elite Vanguard force. It's probably a small-scale breakthrough attempt. Our main force can't leave the defensive line. I'm counting on you. Oh, sure thing. I got it. May end up needing backup during combat. If that comes up, I'll do my best to help you, so there's no need to worry. Okay. So... what gimmick is this one? Warning, the following is a combat tutorial for the upcoming battle. Please do not skip it. Commander, your T-Dots are in position and need your leadership. Assault Rifle T-Dots have range 4 and balanced stats. Overwatch, during battle you... Oh, wait, hang on a minute. Is this a... Reload. Dolls will automatically reload once the magazines are empty. While reloading, they cannot be commanded to attack or fire in Overwatch. What? Logic points. Logic points recover over time and they are displayed at the bottom of the screen. Generally, all orders given by the commander will deplete logic points. Command attack. Activate by clicking the first button of the... to the left of the doll. This order will immediately deplete a magazine and result in reloading, but also deplete 1 logic point. Command attacks deal 100% damage. Doll skills. Click the second skill button to use doll skills. Sig MCX's skill damages an enemy within a 1 square radius with a taser. Using the skill consume logic points, and certain doll skills will also deplete ammunition. Please pay attention to the remaining ammunition displayed on the doll icon. Okay. Strategic skills. Clicking on the other buttons to the left activates the commander's strategic skills, which expends a corresponding amount of logic points. The first strategic skill briefly increases the doll's firing range, while the second strategic skill summons Hawk support. Using skills at inappropriate moments will provide better results. Okay. Cover. Moving behind cover reduces damage taken, so please take cover whenever possible. Cover is directional and only the tiles 1 square directly behind the cover provide... Yes. Okay, it's cover. It's literally cover. Cancel, okay. Okay, no, that's not how that works. Run, M6. Have a good night. Okay. Okay, then. This is interesting. Okay. I guess we'll just wait for a moment until we have 4 points, and then just call in the Hawks. This is fine. This is a weird mission, though. It's kind of neat. Wee. Okay. Well, sure, I guess. That's a weird one, but kinda neat. I guess it ranks you on how fast you were. but I don't know. Simulation 2. Oh, so that's the secret maps. Okay. It's probably nothing story-related, so I'll just play those in my off time, but, okay, that's not the screen that you should be appearing in. But it works out, I guess. However, let me lower the volume. Click the link that Asuka sent me. Yes, yes. And figure out who to raid for the end of the day, as I am going to end my stream. And the next time that I'll play Ghost Frontline on stream will be when I do my story recap thing-ish kind of thing. So for the moment, I shall look who is still online. Let me see. A whole bunch of people are online. Let's go say hello to... Let's get hello to Bats. We haven't seen, or I haven't been around in his chat for a while. Because, well, he's been on a trip, so yeah. So let's get hello to Bats, as I'm going to call my stream a day, and be back tomorrow with Yakuza 0. Have a good night, and I do hope that you enjoyed the stream, though we did finish the story, so that's a good thing. Have a good night, and bye.